From September 14 to the 30th, the Instituto Cervantes de Manila presents ARSGames, Past and Present of the Video Game in Spanish, an interactive exhibit that features audio-visual samples of the Spanish video games from the beginning of the cultural and economic activity of the 80s to the present. Here's the report.
After the prolific Spanish production of video games in the 80s, came the technological crisis of the 90s, which prompted the Spanish-speaking countries not to produce video games until the year 2000. During these years, the US, Japan, Canada, and United Kingdom took the helm as the main producers of video games worldwide, and it was no wonder that video games came under Anglo-Saxon or Japanese influences in ethics, culture, history, literature, and film. Fast forward to the present. The cultural industry of the video game in Spain is making a comeback with new contributions of Latin America and the growing number of computer programmers and video game designers from Spain collaborating with other video game companies and developers.
I'm now with Mr. Flavio Escribano and Mr. Mark Canet, both video game designers and programmers. So, sir, could you tell us something about this exhibit as you designed it?
This exhibition is about the Spanish video game, the Spanish industry of video games. It's divided in two phases, into groups of games. First of them, there are games from the 80s, because during the 80s, Spanish was a very important country in video games production. After that, Spanish suffered a kind of technological blackout. But now, by the way, Spain is very important again in video games production, and that's the other part, the other face of the other side of the exhibition.
Video games are also used in education, in art, and as a powerful communication tool. But with its benefits comes its pitfalls. So what's a parent to do?
I think the parents have to be first, they have to be the curators. They have to choose good games for the kids. And, okay, for example, for the kids, I will not recommend that they play the persistent games. Like games, these ones online that they just always going on. And you have to stop one task in order to put water into the farm bill plants, and the kid don't want to go to sleep because he has to put the water into the plants. That's a thing. Maybe they have to avoid this kind of games, but there's a lot of games that are beneficial.
Video games have evolved from just being a form of entertainment into something educational and profitable. ARSGames, the past and present of the video game in Spanish, tracks its development and its eventual impact in our daily lives. I'm Fem Ravin Chosen reporting for iNews.